Hello guys, this is the Spear and the Owl, and I'm back with another video. So, in my last video, I kind of tried to give some advice to people that are so wrapped up in the past that they don't realize it's the past. Prime example, most people think that people that are against gay marriage don't realize that Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. Yeah, most people know this, unless they didn't go to high school or they slept through some form of history. Yes, for and against homosexuals do believe and do know that Puerto Rico is U.S. territory. I told him, I said, you obviously are a retard if you think that nobody in America knows that Puerto Rico is U.S. territory. I don't know. It's just, I'm like, oh, freaking God. If that is the best argument you have about the following, yay, we're glad Puerto Rico's not going to uphold their gay marriage ban, you need a different life. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about basically the things that are used to hold various items. And before I start, and I'm hoping this doesn't turn out to be nearly a 15-minute video, I'd like to backtrack a little bit on my previous video about the altar. I did not mention that not every Hellenist is going to have their altar or shrine the same way. There are a lot of people who practice Hellenism that I've seen their altars, hence why I know this, because I'm a member of Celebrating Hellenic Altars, that they will a lot of times have an altar that is particularly for a particular deity. Prime example, right now mine is set up with Ikati, and that will change up tonight. So if anyone is interested in seeing how Hellenistic altars are made or how they're done, if you're a member of Celebrating Hellenic Altars, then you'll know, and sometimes you can Google it and it will show it. Warning, you'll get some Christian altars and Greek Orthodox altars and stuff like that, but you kind of have to take everything in stride when you Google something. So, I'm going to talk about containers, or the tools of the trade. Okay. So, section time. Alright, so I'm going to go here. By the way, I absolutely love this book, if you guys want to know. Okay, so this is ritual items. Okay, so by the way, I give full whatever to the authors. So there you go. Okay, so the first thing that's mentioned is the hearth fire. Now the hearth fire has a very interesting history. Every home that was built during the classical period all the way through the Dark Ages to when somebody decided to redesign a home, they all had a central hearth. And the reason for this is that the warmth had to circulate around the place. The hearth was very important in Hellenic times, just as it was important in Norse times, things like that. The reason for this is that the hearth was the center of the household before Facebook, MySpace, and YouTube came along. And they would congregate around it. And they would cook their food, and they would keep warm, and they would have conversations, and all that stuff. So it all was around the hearth. In modern day practice, and this is for people who are new, because nobody know, Generally, it's a candle or a fireplace, or you can even pray to Hestia over your stove, because the stove has replaced the hearth fire. Alright. The next one, of course, is the cleansing bowl. That's what I call it, because I can't pronounce. It's just right there. Right there. Okay, so after all these years, I still can't pronounce it. Basically, it is a bowl, and I actually, to be absolutely honest, I don't have one. I'm waiting for the bowl to come. In other words, I'm waiting for myself to actually get out of the house and actually look for one. You can go on metaphysical New Age shops, and they've got bowls, but I prefer to cut the middleman, and I just prefer to go right to the source where the bowls live. So, it is, basically it is, the book doesn't say that it can't be plastic. If you want to have a plastic bowl for the purpose of washing your hands and face, fine. That's perfectly okay. It also prevents it from rusting and corroding and all that stuff. Another thing, for those people that may not know, this is for people that are new to it, go out and buy a box of matches, not a packet of matches, please, a box of matches, and just strike the match, throw in the water, and there you go, your water's purified. Then, when you're done with the ritual, you would dump it out. Incense. No, this is the thing that really gets a lot of people saying, get this, do this, get this, is the incense. One of the things that I really try to explain to people, and I'm hoping I can get it through on this, that when we talk about incense, one author said that it is the time of Alexander the Great that a lot of Hellenists really focus their practice on. I am the kind that's in the camp that this is the period that they focus on. There is an incense that Alexander the Great definitely encountered called Kifi. And Kifi was the incense of the god Amun. It was also the incense of a lot of other deities. This incense was burned in the evening when the sun was about ready to come down, signifying the sun's death, and then it's going to go to the underworld, and it's going to be born in the morning. It is not too far-fetched of an imagination to envision that Alexander the Great liked the smell of Kifi and therefore exported it, or imported it, exported it, anyways, it ended up in markets. And it is not difficult to envision that it would have been burned in homes along with frankincense and myrrh and, of course, the other stuff. When I brought up the subject about incense on Facebook months and months ago, someone said, you must buy benzoin for Zeus. You cannot use any kind of other incense for Zeus. I'm like, okay. But this is the thing that gets me is how, yes, it's written down that benzoin is the incense for Zeus. But what about when this new incense arrived on the market? What about the Kifi that arrived on the market? We really don't know what went through the minds of these temple priests when they smelled a new kind of incense and was immediately, oh, this deity would like it, that deity, yada, yada, yada. So, I've got to actually have a bottle of Kiffy powder and also have like several sticks of it. I do burn Kiffy. I do, because I love the smell, and it smells ancient, and it smells wonderful, and I love it. So, I burn Kiffy. Okay, the next one, of course, is the libation thing, the libation container. And the libation container generally holds wine. It is generally diluted with water. Now, the reason for this is that it was believed that only barbarians drank pure wine. It was also believed that the initiates into the Dionysian mysteries and your typical Roman orgy group actually drank undiluted wine. So, they drank diluted wine, undiluted wine. So, yeah, so diluted wine was basically wine and water. Undiluted wine was just the wine. It was actually believed that you could actually die from drinking undiluted wine. Most likely they died from alcoholism. And probably what they drank out of it. Put on the whole lead thing. So, one of the things I noticed when I first started watching Priestess of Athena's videos is that she diluted her wine with water. Storage. Storage is basically a container of all sorts with various smaller similar items such as incense, charcoal, etc. can be kept. Containers have evolved a lot in the past, I don't know how long. There are some people, even Christians, who burn charcoal discs, and they have a box for them. And then, of course, there's ones that have little slots for incense. There's one I saw that actually has a big thing for charcoal discs, and they're in cute little containers and all that. So, when we talk about a container, it could be a wide variety of things. If you don't want to worry about the middleman, then definitely consider going to like a craft store and buying a box, and you don't have to worry about the middleman. And then, of course, the last item, of course, is offering, and it says here, finally, it is best to have some containers, such as small baskets, for receiving our offerings. And I will tell you something. That is a freaking, pardon my French, a shitload ton of offerings. And obviously, it must be for everyone. So, I'm going to end there. I hope that you enjoyed the video. And please let me know how I did. I would appreciate it. I'm back. I'm glad I'm back doing videos. I will be back on Monday to do another Delphic Maximus video. I'm actually going to do it once again, what I've learned, and the next one in one video. And I definitely will be coming back with another section video. So I hope you guys enjoy your day. I hope you guys had a wonderful Ostara if you are practicing some kind of Hellenistic version of Wicca or anything else that has Wicca in it, and or your Druid. So I will see you guys around. Hope you guys have a wonderful remainder of the week. Until then.